Hey, hey, hey! Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Michaela Pink, and I'm back with another video. How is everybody? Yay! How is everybody? Let's see. Let me get y'all pulled up. Welcome back. Don't forget to like the video once you're here. And yeah. Hey. So thank you guys for coming. I'm Michaela Pink, and we're back. We're back. Today, how am I? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Have been very busy. This has been a very hot summer. Things are like the world, everything is just crazy the way everything is going on right now. So been good though. I've been good. Thank you for asking. So we are back. We're back with another one. Today we are going to talk about the fact that men and women are not equal. They were not created equal. So before we get started, oh, thank you. This is a 100% fact. This is a fact across the board. There's nothing that we can do to get around that. You really don't have to like it. Nobody asked our opinion of this fact. This is a literal fact. Thank you guys. So I just did my makeup. Thank you. This is a fact that men and women are and were not created equal. We are very different. We are very unique. And I think that we should highlight those differences. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. If you're an old day oneer, welcome back. But if you have been here for a while, you understand and know that this is my take on just about everything. That there are differences among men and women, and I feel like those differences should be celebrated instead of coveted like they are in today's society. I feel like a lot of people want to be something that they necessarily are not, and I think that's where a lot of the issues and things come about. So men and women were not created equal. Men cannot do what a woman can do. Absolutely cannot. They can, and vice versa. A woman cannot do what a man can do. They can certainly, they can certainly mimic. They can create whatever their interpretation of whatever the role or the uniqueness in a woman is. But a man could never be a woman. Never, ever. Could never be a woman. One moment, y'all. Y'all know this hair. This hair right here gives Pastor the blues. A man could never be a woman. I know there's, and this is no disrespect to the, lesbian, gay, transgender community. This has nothing at all to do with that. We're speaking about pure biology at this point. And even though a transgender woman is considered a woman in today's society, they still are not women. They cannot menstruate. They cannot reproduce with a man. There's certain things about them that are not fully a woman. You can, some of them now let me say, some of our transgender women look a whole lot better than real women, or whatever you'd call. I don't know what the term for a real woman is, but they look a whole lot better. I don't care how you beat your face. I don't care how many layers of foundation and concealer. You cannot conceal the major major difference, that a woman is still fundamentally a woman and you are fundamentally a man. Now, I know there are chemical imbalances and some things maybe in the brain that may occur, but men and women were not created equal. Men and women were not created equal. And it could, because if we were created equal, there would be no need for an opposite. There would be no need for a yin and a yang. There would be no need for variations. If we were all created equal, the world would look very different than it is now. Number one, we would have no children. We would have died off a long, long time ago. It just is what it is. Without the differences that we have, the world would be very one-dimensional, right? So the fact that we are different is what makes us unique and what makes this whole thing of life in the world and everything work. The problem that we are having, feminism has really, really, really come and just blown up the whole infrastructure as we know it, as far as relationships, as far as the dynamic between men and women. Feminism, I think, has created this very deep divide where men and women are concerned. And it's causing a lot of issues. It really, really is. There are so many women that feel like they don't need a man because they have been raised to do without and be without a man. Someone sent me a meme that says Black women were raised to be self-sufficient and independent, and women in other cultures were raised to support a man. And I have to agree with that. I think women in general, people are raising girls to live without a man. Now, I think this is across the board. That's why you have so many girls in colleges, so many girls in high-paying positions, CEO roles of very, very big corporate businesses, because women are raised to live without a man. They're just in case. A lot of women are raised for the just in case. Well, you don't ever want to rely on a man. You don't ever want to depend on him. You get your own money. If you allow a man to feed you, you're going to allow him to starve you, and all that sort of mentality. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I think there is a power in femininity. Like I've said, and like I've always said, there is a power in femininity that is very, very misunderstood. The ability to allow another to be in front of, the ability to allow another to be in the forefront is a strength. It is a massive, massive strength to put yourself in the background. Now, putting yourself in the background does not mean that you're necessarily last. It does not mean that you're necessarily lesser or no more important than another. It just means that there is someone else going before me. I think that a lot of women have chosen poorly, and so it's hard to place your sustenance and your protection and your provisions in the hands of someone who is incapable. I think that we are raising our women to be boys, to be men, and our men to be girls. That's just what I think about it. People don't give their sons responsibilities. People give their girls responsibilities, though. People give their girls chores and a lot of different things, but boys don't necessarily have to ascribe to those same things. And it's hurting us. It's hurting us a lot. Trying to lead is masculine. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've heard in church before, he might be the head, but I'm the neck. He might be the head, but women feel like their voice has to be heard. My voice has to be heard. But don't you know that your voice can be, there are a lot of ladies who understand purse strings. Who knows what purse strings are? Purse strings. You can control a situation without necessarily being the voice of a situation. You can control a movement. You can control a household and no one would ever know. No one would ever know. Most women control their households. Truth be told, they do. Nothing gets done without the consent of the woman. Without the consent of a woman. A purse string. Somebody says no, they don't understand. Purse strings are the wallet. Purse strings are there's always a brain behind, you know. There's if you've ever been married or ever been in a relationship where decision making was a together sort of effort, a lot of times men defer to a woman. Men will ask the opinion of a woman. If something goes awry and something happens that a woman is not privy to or does not like, don't you understand that in most cases, whatever that decision is, whatever that dynamic is, will not happen without the consent of the woman. But you have to know your role. You have to understand how to work and deal in a relationship with your man. When you don't understand your role and you're fighting for a position and you're anytime you have to fight for something, that means it's not given to you. And I feel like that's where we're going wrong. So many women are fighting to be right and fighting to have a position and fighting for this and fighting for that, when the fight is done in private. The fight is done in another arena. A man will be more apt to listen if he is in a space of comfort, if he's in a space of easiness, as opposed to, oh, you gonna hear me. I'm your wife, or I'm your da-da-da. I had a gentleman friend of mine tell me recently, I would give you the world. He literally told me this. I don't care what it is. I would give you the world because you understand me. You understand men and you understand yourself as a woman. And I would literally give you the world. And I said, what about your wife, Daddy? What about your wife? Because he is married. And he was like, I don't give a about her. Literally said he would give me the world and would take from his wife to give to me, which he doesn't, but if it need be, he would take from his wife and give to me because I understand the role, my role. And I was like, dang, that is a very, very sobering thing. And it's not these men. It's not these men. Don't you know that if he had that at home, he would never ever seek it outside of his home. Start there. If his wife understood those things and his wife was being in the role that he would like her to be, there would never be a space for another. This man has the capacity to be an exclusive one woman person, whatever, but she's not understanding her role. Not saying it's her fault. I'm not saying that any of that. But what I'm saying is this man has the capacity. He's very much a giver. He's very much a provider, but he wants to provide for someone who's the easiest. He wants to provide for the one who makes him feel appreciated. And that's where the disconnect is coming in. All this, well, I ain't got no feelings. Nope. I don't never want to have no feelings. I don't want no man to see that. That's why you're losing. Come on, man. That's why you're losing. That's why your men are leaving. That's why you can't keep a man. That's why he over here with her and you can't understand why, because you don't understand your role. You don't understand your role. And is that her fault? Maybe not. Was she not taught that? I don't know. All I know is that's what he appreciates, and that's what I've learned about her man in a very short time. I said that to say, not advocating being don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Not advocating being a side chick. How am I? Okay, so somebody says I'm contradicting myself. How so? How is that a contradiction? I would definitely like to go there, for real. How's that a contradiction? Had his wife gotten to know the man she was with, had his wife been more understanding of what motivates him, she would be able to get more out of him than anyone else would, you know? So, thank you. Thank you. Such a hater. No, I'm interested. I'm interested to know how, okay, she says, because in one of your videos, you were encouraging us not to show men emotions. I've never said that. Never. Never have you ever heard me tell you to not show men your emotions. I just did a boot camp about how to use your emotions to benefit you. I'm pretty sure Living Doll will post that link. I have never, ever said, do not use your emotions. Never. I'm emotional. I'm one of the most emotional people that I know. And I'm comfortable in my emotions, and I love my emotions, and I use them. Exactly. You have to learn to I don't necessarily even control my emotions. I use them. If there's a situation where anger is needed, I will channel that and switch it. I will take anger and turn it into sadness and get paid. So there's a way to use your emotions, not even control. I don't think control is even a good word. I think using your emotions is a better term, because I don't even control my emotions. I'm very emotional. I have had to learn how to direct them and use them properly to benefit me. So never have I ever said that. Never. Somebody, y'all are mean. No need to get mean. I just think there was a misunderstanding. Y'all so mean. Is this for alpha males? What if you're involved with the beta male? So if you're involved with the beta male, to me, a beta male is of no use to the world. I feel like beta males should be castrated. Because what's the point? What is the point of a beta male? Just like there's no point. Hold your mouth, Pastor. Well, shall we get a little wet? Yeah, I don't think there's a space or a place for a beta male. I don't have any respect for that. That's like the lowest of the worstest of the nastiest, yucky. Blech. Anyway, because again, only the strong survive. So if you're a behind the scenes type of man, and you're a wait till it happens for me kind of man, and well, they won't let me, they won't allow me, I can only do so much, I wish I could, I hope and pray, maybe the good Lord. If that's the type of man you are, there's no use, none, zero, none, no use for you at all. Absolutely not. Yeah. So, and if you, ma'am, are involved with a beta male, then you are misusing your resources. Absolutely. You're misusing the resource of femininity by allowing yourself to continue and to facilitate and allow and be okay with low vibrational, low energy, having no motivation, being lack of, can never have or be or do sort of man. Beta is female all the way. And I think that to some degree, men do need to tap in to their femininity, because they need to understand their counterparts. They need to have a healthy respect for the feminine energy. But I cannot, as a very feminine woman, exist or coexist in a relationship with a man who is lacking in that way. Couldn't do it. Because I am very feminine. What we gonna do, cry together? Just saying. Good question though. Very good. Y'all excuse this. I just dripped my water. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Good question though. So yeah, I think that men and women are very different. We're not supposed to be the same. We're not supposed to be equal. I don't want anything that a man has. I don't want the responsibility of being a man. I don't want the weight of manhood. I don't want the anything that a man has. I don't want the, well, I can do everything a man can do. I can't. I'm not going to try. There's nothing in me that even wants to try to do what a man can do. And I would hope that any counterpart of mine would feel the same way about being a woman. Just saying. Yes, this one time my ex tried to throw a temper tantrum. Oh, hell no. Don't you think fitting behavioral standards for men and women and how they should behave is limiting and oppressive? I don't think it has to be a sex issue. Of course, men and women have roles. I don't think that it's oppressive. I don't think it's limiting. I think that it is. Sometimes there is an isness to the world. There is a being. There is not a, oh, I can't be a woman, so you're oppressing me. Oppression implies that it's something that is forced. I cannot force a man to have testosterone. I can't. I can't force a man to have a penis. Kind of just are born with that. So there are some things that are intrinsically you as a man, and there are some things that are intrinsically me as a woman. I don't feel like it's oppressive. I think in today's society, oppressive is a good word, because I think oppression has been misused, so that, again, that definition has been blurred. Slaves were oppressed. Women have been oppressed. Native Americans have been oppressed. Africans have been oppressed. But to say that a man is oppressed because he is expected to be a man is a falsehood. I'm sorry. I'm okay with being in my limits as this is concerned. I'm definitely okay. I wouldn't, again, want to be a man in any kind of way. Do I think that alpha males out there that have empathy? I only met ones with low or no empathy at all. Very, very, very good question, Ashley. Do I think that there are alpha men with empathy? Not very many. And I say that because as an alpha, you have to be strong. You cannot be weak or wimpy or feeling, that's why there are women. Men don't necessarily need it, because I feel like there is a counterpart for the man. So I don't feel like there's a place for empathy where an alpha man is concerned. Now, if you are with him, I think there should be a healthy understanding. I think there should be, communication and things like that, so that he can understand where you come from. But to empathize means that I put myself in the place of, and there's no space for that, because we would all die in a war. If you send your alphas out to the front lines, right? I don't need an alpha that is empathetic. I don't give a shit what is going on. If you are here to attack my women and my children, my freedom and my safety, there is no place at all for empathy. Empathy has to be removed when I am the alpha, because if I have empathy, I won't be able to fulfill my role as the alpha and protect and provide in that way. So, very good question, but no, I don't think there's a space for empathy there. Look at me. Teacher. Timmy says, I ask this because it means that a woman should behave and act a way that means a woman who doesn't meet this standard means she lacks the comfort in her own femininity. Or what does that mean exactly? Okay. I agree with that, Timmy. I agree that When women don't act and are not comfortable being feminine, they lose, and they have very difficult lives, I will say. And this is, of course, women who want to be feminine, women who want relationships with men. There are some women who are comfortable with not being feminine at all. There are some women who don't want to be feminine. They, tape their breasts down and don't want the appearance even of a woman. So I'm not speaking for those women. There are women who don't enjoy femininity and don't want to be feminine. So this doesn't apply in that way. But if women don't behave in a certain way, then they will not get an alpha man who is the provider in a lot of cases, who is going to be the protector and all of those things that we speak about on this channel. So again, that woman doesn't really have won't have a comfortable space on this channel, because I don't speak to the women who are blurring the lines or women who are kind of on the fence or want to be, yeah. So I hope that makes sense. Conformity is, I think conformity in a way, a lot of women do have to conform in relationships, because I literally can run my household, raise my children, go to work, go to school, have another job, take care of my parents, make sure all my friends are okay. I literally could do that. But why should I be expected to, or why should I do that when I can allow myself to be in a space where there is someone else who can do that? Why do you want to do, like take for example, if you won the lottery, would you still want to go to work? Being born a woman is essentially winning the lottery. And some of y'all want to go to work anyway. Come on, Spirit. That was a word, Spirit. Being born a woman is essentially like winning the lottery. And some of y'all still want to go to work. Literally and figuratively for this example. Why would you want to do that? I don't want to go to work if I won the lottery. I was born already having won the lottery. So why force it to be anything other than that? I'm sitting on a blessing. Amen. Hallelujah. Just saying. Michaela, my husband is a provider, but he asks my questions and my opinions nonstop about anything. Like, he questions himself. How can I get him to see he doesn't need to ask me every question he has? Start saying, I don't know. Stop answering. That is a beta man. If he's a provider, you need to give him some confidence. You need to tell him, baby, I'm sure you know the right answer. I don't know. What do you think is best for us? Make him make the decision. Make him do it. Don't give your opinion, and he will, he will. I think so. There are some women in my family that think being a feminine woman is staying in a marriage and with their pedophile husband because he pays the bills. And then there's that. Lord. Again, there are lots of women who, y'all, sorry about this wig. I can't take it. I didn't glue it down. I don't have nothing keeping it in place. So whatever. There are a lot of women will stay in relationships and marriages with men who are abusive, who cheat, who lie, who beat them up, all of that. I can't speak for those women, but a lot of women are, well, at least I'm just going to concentrate on my check. I'm not going to, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Thank you for that Cash App. Thank you. A lot of women are that way. There are a lot of women. I'm not, though. Totally not that way. I don't think that there's a place for that, in my opinion. So, that's just me, though. There are a lot of women who will tell you point blank that you know, oh, I'll just whatever. So I don't know. It is what it is. I don't value money that much. Again, if I can get money myself, then I don't feel like there's a need for that. Somebody says they're, I don't care. Good. Now, what if you are passionate about saving lives? What would you still go to work? No, I'm not. I'm passionate about living my life. You can't save everybody. I used to be passionate about saving lives. I did. I used to think oh, I need to save the world. I need to help everybody. There's not a space for that for me. There's not. I don't think that, I don't want to work. I was born having already won the lottery. If I want to save somebody, I'm going to save my children. I don't have a need to save the world. I don't anymore. I did at a time because I believed it was for humanity. It was for, you know, oh, the world needs me. And yeah, I don't feel that way. A lot of people say I'm selfish. A lot of people feel like, well, you just think about yourself. I mean, I've had so many people, just the whole mask thing, the whole, I don't want to wear a mask because I don't. Why? My immune system is great. My immune system is absolutely wonderful. I'm okay, you know, and I'm glad that you guys are wearing masks to protect everybody else, but I'm good. I'm good. If you feel like your immune system needs protecting, stay your butt at home. You know, I don't know. I don't know. So to be called selfish is okay, but I make myself happy at every turn. And I think that more people should. Is it okay to work? Is it okay to work a feminine job like a hairstylist or a caretaker of the elderly at least? You can work a job. You can. If that's something you want to do. Everything that you want to do in your life is okay. You should never ask another what you know, what you should do with your own life. If you feel comfortable with that and that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. I don't have a need for that. Again, you know, that's what you want, go right ahead. I don't like wearing a mask either. It messes up my lips. I mean, really. I mean, I just don't want to wear a mask because why? Like, I don't even understand that. It is not, if you're going to get a virus, you're going to get it. That's a whole nother, you know, I'm not really going to go there, but yeah, I feel like people should worry about themselves, basically. Thank you, True Beauty. Thank you for that. She says, hey, Mickey, do you believe in saying men need to be intimate with a woman in order to love the woman, and a woman needs to love a man to be intimate? Many men still leave after intimacy. So first of all, I don't think that men need to be intimate with the woman. Saying sex is not intimacy, first of all. Sex is not intimacy. That's why I call it being on the trampoline, because that's literally how men equate it. Men don't think very, very highly of the act of sex, and they don't think, oh, this is a prized possession she's given me, and oh, I gotta put it on a pedestal and never drop it and hold it in high regard. Men don't think so. Sex isn't intimacy, first of all. So thinking of it in that way is the first mistake. And then to say that a man needs to be intimate with a woman in order to love her, maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe so. But I've known a lot of men who have never had sex with a woman and is completely head over heels with her. Now, does a woman need to love a man to be intimate with him in 2020? No, man. In 2020, no. Maybe in the 50s or something where people actually valued their PPs and tried to, let me hold on to it. But in 2020, ain't nobody doing all that, girl. People are busting it open. Just is what it is. What about COVID dates are y'all doing? I mean, you know. At this point, if we're going to get it, we're going to get it. At this point, literally. With all the people who have gotten it and all the people they claim are getting it on a daily basis, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. There's nothing you can do to avoid it, really. So, you know, I have my opinions and my thoughts on that. Just, it is what it is, you know. At this point, intimacy is an emotional connection. Okay, questions. Who has questions? Who has questions? Y'all talk me out my lips again. I do feel bad for you peeps in the western part of the world. It's mostly too easy there. Oh yeah? You do? All right. Don't feel bad for us. We over here doing good. Who is this Yvonne? You don't have to, let me see. Masks are for cowards who can't be true to themselves. Okay. I want to hear your thoughts on COVID, Mickey. I know they're very informative. I feel like if you are going to get it, if you are going to get a disease, a virus especially, you're going to get it. There's no way to avoid it. Viruses are so minuscule that even a mask is not going to protect you from getting it. And if it's meant for you to have it, you're going to have it. Make sure you build your immunity. Make sure that you have, you know, I think that's the best defense. Build your immunity every day. Take supplements. And don't eat foods that cause mucus. And I think you'll be okay. Just is what it is. Yeah. Who? Oh. My moderators are on it. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Good looking out. What is my opinion on acting like a lady and thinking like a man? I do. I definitely do. That's an excellent book. I think that there's a lot of truth to that. I act like a lady and think like a man, for sure. I do. And I think that's a good way to play the dating game. I don't know why you guys are being timed out, sorry, but the moderators are doing good. There's a lot of, because I'm going to get a lot of hate with this video and my views, so they're, you know, anything a little controversial, they're going to time you out. How do I at people on here? Oh, I don't know. How's the vegan journey going? Great. It's going good. I have been vegan for what, 2 or 3 months now. And it's going well. I'm a vegan that doesn't really eat a whole lot of veggies. I eat a lot of plant-based foods, but I don't eat vegetables at all. I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't. So, yeah, it's going good. I still haven't gotten into the veggie way of eating, but yeah, it could be. Thank you, Boo Boo Kitty. I think so too. I think that my skin has definitely changed since I did go vegan, seriously. The reason why they want you to wear a mask to prevent from getting sick, because the U.S. medical systems can't handle a lot of cases. The medical system will decide who lives and who dies based on opinion. Okay. A virus or a mask still is not going to prevent you from getting it. The fact that whether they can contain it or not, or control or care for the number of people they're seeing doesn't really, I don't, you know, whatever. I still don't want to wear it. Do I eat plant-based meat? Yes, I do. Be careful about talking about the virus because YouTube doesn't like it. Okay. There you go. There you go. Men and women are not equal. Back to that. Men and women were not created equal, and I don't want to do or have or be anything that men do have or are. There you go. You have a consultation soon and you're excited and nervous? Well, there's no need to. Why are y'all nervous when you have consultations? I'm super nice. I'm nice. I'm not I'm not mean at all. I'm not. You guys, y'all make me feel bad saying that. I'm so nervous. Why? Don't be nervous. Just be clear for sure on your goals and you know what you want. That's it. Yeah. You don't want to get chewed out. I don't chew people out at all. Not at all. I never chew people. I have never chewed a person out on a consultation. Now you might cry. They want to make me proud. That's sweet. You might cry a little bit, but it's fine. Everybody does it. Don't feel bad. Can you summarize in a couple of words what closely represents the role of a woman in society, please, according to my ideology? Okay, Timmy. My mama. Pastor's got to get her wig ready for Timmy. I'm going to pin it down. I know. Y'all, I didn't have time. Pastor has been living and doing and existing, so I haven't had time to hair and all that. Anyway, so Timmy says, can I summarize in a couple of words the role of a woman? I think, again, the woman is the undercurrent. I think that women are the cause of a lot of things. I think that women are the reason for everything. Femininity is the reason, and masculinity is the result of the undercurrent of femininity. That's what I think. To sum it up, what is my advice to young women wanting to start a business? What has personally helped you out the most? Peace like a river. Tina. Thank you, Tina. Hey, she says, girl, I've missed you. Appreciate you. Happy Monday. Love you. Hey, Tina. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I advise young women not to concentrate on starting a business. Father and mother in heaven, everybody in heaven, hear me, listen. Let us pray. Close your eyes. Everybody shut up. Tina's already donated for everybody. The collection plate has been passed. Bow your heads. Holy Father and mother and in between and everybody in the middle. Come now, please bless my words. Help my viewers have listening ears and listening hearts. Help them understand where I'm coming from and the space and the place from whence it is coming from. Please now, please. Every young woman, every young man, every in-between confused person, come on, help me. In Lil Steve Harvey, amen, hallelujah. Young women, no, she is not RV Lee. I thought the same thing, but no, she's not RV Lee. I do not advise young women to start businesses. I don't. While you are young, use your pretty. Do not waste the pretty. Use it. Get married. Find a husband. Have some babies. You can start the business after you find the man. That is and will always be my advice to young girls. I'm not saying don't go for your dreams. If you have a dream of being a fireman, then skip all that. If you want to be a fireman, go right ahead. Be a fireman, save lives, carry people out of burning buildings, whatever. But that is not my advice. If you want my advice, that is not my advice, and I would never advise a young girl to do that. I think that is wrong, and I think that there is a time and a space, and since we have very limited time to do what women do, I think you should do what women do in a timely manner. There you go. I started my business after children, after all of that. I did not start my business before. Keep that in mind. I'm in the midst of a divorce and have moved and gotten a new place for me and my daughter. What are my thoughts on starting over in Texas quarantine? Everywhere is quarantined. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. If you're starting over, you can start over in Texas. You can start over anywhere. Just about everywhere is going to be quarantined. We're in the middle of a pandemic. If being in the middle of a pandemic and alone with your daughter is better than where you came from, wonderful. If it's not, make your decision. But again, I'd need way more information than, oh, I'm moving. What age bracket do I categorize young women? Women in their early 20s. Early 20s. Yeah. You're welcome, Miss Jamila. You're welcome. Yeah. So just think about it, guys. Just think about, I know it's hard to understand femininity if you've never seen it. I know it's hard to understand and know and get a grasp or a real feel of what being feminine is. But it's worth a study. It's worth some analysis. It's worth you digging deeper to figure out what that is and what that will look like for you. It is. There's a reason why you were born a woman. There is a reason why you have what you have. Dig deep into that. Figure out why that's not something you appreciate. Figure out how to appreciate it and, act accordingly. I don't know. Maybe if we have a businessman want to get that and not because they love you, right? Okay, so some words are missing. Maybe if we have a businessman want to get that and not because they love you, right? I don't understand what that means. Can a woman not be family oriented? They just a man to finance them. Of course there are women like that. Of course there are women who only want a man for money. A woman who only drink up, witches. This is a funny little cup because it has a hat right there. But a woman who only wants a man for money is a woman who's never had money. Never had money. If the only thing you can see in a man is money, that's because your daddy wasn't giving you no money. Your mama was probably dragging you, waiting around for your daddy to give her some money. So that's all you know. You see men as a monetary object because that's probably what you grew up knowing men to be. If your mama was waiting on a check from your daddy, if your daddy wasn't never around and your mama was like, well, we can't because your daddy don't help me, and that's why. You've never had money. You've never had money, and you've never been given anything. So of course you're gonna feel like, oh well, I just want him for money. Men are so much more than that. Just like women are so much more than vajayjay. They're so much more than vajayjay. But who am I? Who am I? Masculine men are a dying breed and it's making women less feminine. I disagree. Women are making men less feminine. It starts at home, y'all. Women are raising their sons to be soft and feminine, and they're raising their girls to be masculine. If I'm raising my girl to not depend on a man, you gonna know how to change this tire. I need you to know how to balance this checkbook. You gonna always be self-sufficient. You gonna be, I gotta help my baby because that's my baby. He don't know what to do. He's scared to ask. So I'm going to help him. When women enable boys and treat them like they are little girls, that is what is making the masculinity die. That's what's making masculinity die. Not that men cannot create. Women create. Women are the creators. We take something given to us and we create out of that. If a creation is malfunctioning, you have to start at the source. Who is the source of the creation? The woman. I didn't make this up. I didn't say that, but that is fundamentally what it is. So yes, masculinity is a dying breed, but also femininity. Femininity is also dying off because women are not understand. You have become accustomed to doing life without a man. You've been a single mom, you've been a single parent. So you say, okay, don't have a man, likely not going to get a man. So let me deal with what I have right now. I have a single parent home for my child. Since I have a single parent home for my child, I need to raise this child with the provisions that I have. A lot of women, instead of going to get a man, okay, I'll pin it down next time. Whatever. Instead of going to go get a man, instead of going to create a life for themselves, instead of creating a better life for their children, they create from a space of lack. That is not how you do it. Instead of creating from a space of lack, take your lack, go get more so that you can be more, and then you raise your children from that space instead of a space of lack. It's easy math, easy math, easy math. But it's sad that people don't understand that. They, well, you know, I'm a single mama, so I got to raise my... No, you're not. No, you don't. You don't have to raise your children that way. You can go get a man. Your children still need a father, even if the father you chose for your children sucks. Hallelujah. Anyhow, your children still need a father, even if the man you chose for yourself and your children is a poor example. Go get another one. Instead of sitting over there, oh, I'm struggling. Oh, I got to work 15 jobs to take care of these kids. Go get you another man. Stop doing this shit. Come on, man. Did Pastor cuss? Sorry. Stop doing it backwards. Oh, let me see what Timmy said. Timmy said something else. Timmy been on it. I think that's not the case. I think families are raising their sons and daughters to develop their true character, masculine or feminine, people of all gender. See, I'm not with all that. Yeah, I can't go with you on that, Timmy. Sorry. Can't really go with you on that. I don't want to blur no lines. I don't want... The children don't understand who they are. Children come here blank. Children come here with nothing. All they know is pee, mama, and food. That's it. Pee, mama, and food. Thank you, the sweetest. So if that's your only point of reference, children are taught. I mean, yes, I want my boys to be their true selves, but you don't understand masculinity sometimes if you're not taught. That's why you give them the comfort to explore. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you're not finna explore with no Barbie dolls. No. You're not going to explore with Barbie dolls. Sorry. Thank you, the sweetest. She says, Mickey, hello, lovely. What do you think of K. Michelle doing an interview saying Sabrina had something she didn't get to give to what? Something she didn't to get Edris or Mary, saying Marjorie got Steve. Baby, I've talked about that a whole lot. So you're obviously new. K. Michelle is mentally ill. I did a video on that. Something is wrong. Something is clearly wrong with her. She's a woman scorned, so is Mary. I've talked about that, and even in recent videos. They got the woman that they want. That's simple as that. They got the woman that they want, and they didn't settle anymore. And I think that's pretty simple. So for those who have multiple kids, how do they go about dating? Just curious. If you have multiple children, you need to stop having sex while you're dating, for sure. And then I've done a whole video on how to date as a single mom. I'll pin that after this video, but I've done a whole video on that, dating as a single mom. K. Michelle is definitely a man hater. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. How do I feel about Dwayne? Y'all, I don't know about celebrities. I'm over here living my own life, for real. I know y'all are enthralled and enraptured, but Pastor is quarantined, but Pastor's out here doing her, okay? So I don't really know about celebrities, so let's just start there, but let me go back and read your question. How do I feel about Dwayne Wade's son telling him and Gabrielle that he is becoming a girl? I'm not going to answer that. Not going to put me on the chopping block. Not going to answer that. But if you've been watching my channel for long enough, you know my answer. And I'll just leave that at that. Sitting on the blessing should be told from birth. Guys know this, and they try to play equal when you're not what they want. I agree. If I had a daughter, I would definitely tell her this. You don't have to settle, because a man wants you. Men want you. So why would you settle? You know? The prize doesn't chase the chaser, I guess. I don't know. I'm ready for that little girl that have to start talking. I know she has a lot to say. Okay. You don't tell him that you have a business. Hide the fact that you have one. Okay. Yeah. I know these views are unorthodox. I know they are, but they're mine nonetheless. But I think, again, that there is a good space for this discussion. I think that raising girls to have survival skills without a man is and I'm not saying that you shouldn't raise your girls to have survival skills. Of course you should. But I also feel like there needs to be a middle ground. If you're going to teach them to be self-sufficient, teach them how to interact in a relationship. But here's the thing. If you don't know how to interact in a relationship yourself, it's going to be hard for you to teach a daughter to do that. Learn how to interact and be in a relationship yourself so that you can be whole and give your daughters what they need to be in healthy relationships. That's the whole point of it all. If a lot of y'all ain't even got a man and don't know how to get one, how you going to teach your daughter how to do it? How you going to teach your son how to be a good father and a good husband when you've never had one and never seen an example of it? Survival skills when needed, not a life. Exactly. You need survival skills, but understanding how there needs to be a space for a man is also just as important. Just as important. My daughters and I thank you. I never had this education. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I know it's kind of, in this time with everything the way it is, all up and everybody's up in arms and so much stuff is coming out and men are against women and blacks are against whites and there's so much going on. I think it's time for everybody to just sit back, chill a little bit, and get some perspective, regroup, recalibrate something, because it's hard. It's hard to know with all of this stuff coming at you. It's hard to know what is and what's not. But at the end of the day, things don't change. Men don't change and women don't change. Little boys are still born with winky woos, and little girls are still born with pocketbooks. Just is what it is. Yeah. So, just did the How to Use Your Emotions boot camp. And thank you, Lucy. I just did that boot camp. Very, very informative. I did the real estate boot camp last month on the 15th. And that was very informative as well for all of you. I want a business, how to start my business, ladies. Just did that last month. Also, I've written a couple books. I've done a femininity course. So I have attempted to give some sort of voice or stance on femininity and what I think about it. But I think once the information is received, I think there should be a space for you to take that information and do what you will with it. Definitely think that. So yeah, I'm not telling my man I'm an expert shooter and can kill with my bare hands. Exactly. Why is there a space for that? Why? I I don't know. I don't know. It's just different. It's different, and I just wasn't raised that way. I, it's hard. It's hard to even know how to relate in a way to a woman who comes from that space because I wasn't raised that way. But now that I've interacted with and had, dealings and business transactions with women who have, it makes, my perspective a little different. So yeah. Will you be doing a topic on moving out on your own for the youngins? No, Makita, because I've done that. What I did a video, the advice I would give to my 18-year-old self. I did do that video. So I think that's the most that I'll do because I'm not a little girl. I'm not a child. When I was moving out on my own, it was a lot different. There was no question. I'm leaving. I'm 18. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah. And I'm out. That was my stance. So there was no, what do I do? I did not care, baby. I was leaving regardless of if they wanted it, who said what. I'm going to figure it out. I don't give a darn what y'all think or say or want or feel because I'm 18. I'm out. Ain't nothing to tell you. Go do it. Girl, look, soon as I got big and grown, I did it. So that's the advice I would tell you. If you ready to move out, go do it. But I did do that video, what I would tell my 18-year-old self. Every time I see men in the Army and on the police force, I say to myself, I could never and I would never. Oh, every time you see women? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Timmy is 18. Very good. Timmy, you are on the right track. Thank you for being here today, Timmy. Don't forget to subscribe. Youngin's assignment is to watch all of my videos and implement. Yes, Katie, Miss Katie from the nursery would like for all of the youngins to go back to day one, 2-3 years ago, however long, 2 years ago, and start there. Your 18-year mom does not respect that I want to begin living my life. So is it wrong to believe that once 18, I should do as I please? No. If you feel like you're ready to leave, leave. If you don't feel like you're ready for the real world, stay. Whatever you feel like you're big and bold enough to do at 18, I feel like you should be given the right to do that. I feel like your mom is hindering you by babying you in that way. And I feel like if you want to live your own life, go do it. You should be able and feel comfortable enough to do that. If my sons decide at 18 they want to go live their lives, I'm going to make sure that they are sure because you're not coming back. Ain't no going back and trying to figure it out. If you're done, you're done. You're going to be done. Sorry, y'all. The hair, whatever. But yeah, I think you should be able to do what you want to do, Timmy. Go on. Go on out there, Timmy. Go on. Yeah. My parents didn't stop me. Oh, he said he already subscribed. Thank you. Thank you for that. My parents didn't stop me. They couldn't have, even if they wanted to. Both of them together could not have stopped me. I was like, I don't care. I'm done. So anyway, that's the video. We have the real estate boot camp coming up on the 15th, part 2. If you would like to participate in that, that is coming up. Also, we have the Journey into the Mind of the Man boot camp that is coming up on the 30th, I believe, of this month. So those should be interesting studies. I think that I think those will be very, very helpful. Any of the past boot camps or anything like that that you want, the link has been shared and it's also shared below. So yeah, consultations, you can get one of those, whatever. I got a whole lot to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your attentiveness. Very good questions today. Thank you. Not too crazy, but I appreciate you guys. I do. Pastor's going to get her nails done because I've been whatever. But thank you though. Thank you. Enjoy your day. I will see you sometime later this week. Soon as my mood gets back and I want to do this again, I will see you guys later. So I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think. Bye.